Hey guys, I'm Nick, and on this episode of the Scramline, I'm going to show you guys how to make this caramel popcorn cake. This is packed full of those two ingredients. It is delicious, and let's just get stuck into it. This is how you make it. Okay guys, so we're going to start off by making the caramel popcorn. So you can use store-bought popcorn. I'm going to show you guys how to make this from scratch anyway, just in case you want to make it from scratch. So let's start off with the caramel. So we're going to pop our butter and brown sugar into a pot, stir it, and on about medium heat until it melts completely and bubbles a little bit. Then what you're going to do is pop some bicarb soda in there. It's kind of almost like making honeycomb. It's going to froth up and kind of almost explode. So make sure you're making this in a big pot. Then you're going to pour that over some popped popcorn. Now, the cool thing about this is you can use any kind of flame of popcorn you want. I use salted just to break that sweetness a little bit. So you want to mix that until everything is really well coated. You're going to pop this onto a baking tray lined with baking paper. Pop it in the oven for about 10 minutes on a very low heat. And then you're going to let it cool down completely. Next, let's move on to making the cake. So for this recipe, what you're going to need to do is make it in two separate batches, because to make this entire cake, it's not going to fit in your regular mixing bowls. So you're going to have to make this in two goes. So let's pop our flour, sugar, baking powder and salt into a large bowl. Mix that until everything is well combined. Then you want to add your softened butter. Mix that until everything is combined and you reach a crumbly sand-like texture. Then you're going to add your eggs, milk, Greek yogurt, vanilla extract, some dulce de leche, and mix that until everything is well combined. Now I'm going to add some of that popcorn into a food processor. I want to really pulse it really well, because we're going to add those popcorn crumbs into our cake batter. It's going to give us that nice popcorny flavor. Now, if your batter starts looking really thick, just add a dash of extra milk and kind of thin it out a little bit so that your cake doesn't turn out dry. You're going to line an 8-inch cake tin. We're actually going to need 3 8-inch cake tins. And you're going to line it with some baking paper, pour that batter in there. Then you're going to bake these for about 40 to 50 minutes on 160 degrees Celsius. Once they're done, let them cool down completely. You're going to slice each of the 3 cakes into 2 slices. I'm using a cake leveler to do this. I'm going to add some more dulce de leche to my Swiss meringue buttercream frosting. I have the recipe for that on my website. We're going to add a dab of that buttercream frosting onto a cake board. Add your first layer of cake, press it down firmly so it sticks to the cake board. Then we're going to pipe some buttercream frosting. Now, if you want to get super creative, you can add a drizzle of salted caramel sauce in between each layer. You could even add some popcorn or some crushed popcorn in between each layer as well. Just be careful though, because the popcorn can go a little bit stale. Once you've done that, you're going to pipe some more buttercream around the sides and the top. This is the crumb coat, so it traps the crumbs in the first layer of frosting so they don't show on the second layer. Now once you've got the crumb coat on there, you want to pop this in the fridge to chill for at least 2 to 3 hours. Now while the cake is chilling, I'm going to make 3 different shades of caramel coloured frosting. So I'm using an orange and a brown coloured food gel to achieve that. So start off with one bowl, make it nice and dark. Next bowl a little bit lighter, and then the third bowl a little bit lighter than that. So pipe the dark layer of buttercream frosting on the bottom, then the next shade in the middle and the lighter shade on top. So I'm using a cake scraper or a bench scraper to go around the cake, make it nice and smooth, and then go on the top and make that nice and smooth as well. So as usual, we're going to get a nice ombre sprinkle effect using some popcorn. So I'm going to start off with the big pieces at the bottom, and then what I did was I just crushed some of the popcorn, and as I went up the top I used the smaller pieces of popcorn. I'm using a Wilton 8B tip to frost some swirls on top of the cake, And we're gonna finish this off with a drizzle of salted caramel sauce. And guys, that is pretty much it. Okay guys, so that was my caramel popcorn cake. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching, make sure you hit the like button, and if you're watching for the first time, welcome. Make sure you hit the subscribe button because I upload 2 new videos a week. I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much guys. I'll see you all on the next episode of The Scramline.